Test, mic test, mic test, 1, 2, 3, test. Testing. How does it sound when we're talking over each other? Test. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's a good level. It's not quite peaking.
Yeah. I haven't screamed yet, so.
Alright. Should we do a little ASMR intro?
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome back to Bold of You to Say. My name is Alex. I'm your host today. We have a special guest in the studio. We got Scotty Bruce, TC Zone. I'd say top 3 comedians.
Top 3.
Top 3. I don't know who the other 2 are, but he's in the top 3.
Super exciting.
Jared's in the studio with us.
Hi.
Gavin couldn't make it. He has college stuff going on.
That last time he was on, he just kind of evaporated halfway through, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people would call it connectivity issues.
Nah, he got, fucking disintegrated.
Yeah, he got War of the World style disintegrated last episode.
Someone Thanos
So he
snapped
could-
him.
I wasn't sure if that was a youth term for getting high or
No.
straight
Man,
disintegrated. What the hell kind of podcast is this? Is this what they're calling it these
Man,
days?
I'm straight disintegrated.
Oh, man. We got War of the Worlds on that shit. That's what they're doing out in Benzie, everyone.
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's very true.
I tell
Everyone
you,
does get disintegrated out here.
My
It's the
si-
only thing to do. The nearest theater is 5 miles away, and it's a treacherous drive full of bears. You could hit a deer at any moment.
I mean, you're not wrong. You can hit a bear too. I didn't tell you that. Yeah, a couple years ago, I was driving with Donovan. We went to a beach, and then we came back through. He almost hit a brown bear. Just ran in front of us.
It's a good thing you didn't, because that would have been a little racist.
I would have
Jesus.
died, Alex. Those things are huge.
Died? It was a tiny one?
No, it was big. It was
a big one? Okay.
It's he ran across, and he was a couple feet in front of us, and he still just filled up the whole window.
He just chilled out, because that's where bears go. It's benzonia. What's the difference between benzie and benzonia? Because this is grow benzie.
So, Benzonia is a district or something in Benzie. Benzie County.
It's
is
Benzie
a greater
County, but there's
area
Beulah, and then
yeah.
there's Benzonia, and there's one other that I don't
Frankfurt
remember.
is technically part of Benzie, but it's
yeah, they want
we
to
treat it
alienate
as a separate
themselves.
thing.
Okay.
They're the snooty, better than you kind of people.
It's just because they've got a dock.
So Benzonia is a town then?
Benzonia is a
saw
town.
Benzie
Yes.
County. Okay, so Benzonia.
I wouldn't say it's a town. It's more like a strip.
It's
The way it's set
on
up
paper,
is
it's a town.
on paper it's a
Subway and
town.
a gas station. I saw that.
Yeah.
Is there more?
There's 2 grocery
Yeah,
stores.
there's
right next to
Next to
each
the
other.
grocery store. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
There's all of the businesses on one strip, and then around it's just a bunch of houses,
Okay,
just
is
dotted.
that towards Frankfurt or away from Frankfurt? Where we're at? Because I don't think I passed through
So-
that.
Away from Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is going that way.
Right.
Yeah, it's
the
just
listeners at
along
home,
US
that's
31.
Right. Okay.
It's just if you go down US 31 towards Manistee, you'd probably
Okay.
see all the buildings and stuff.
Benzonia. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
It's by where Wesco is. There's between here and Wesco,
What is Wesco?
there's a gas station.
Okay, which is with the subway attached to it. Or no?
No,
that's
that's Stapleton's.
That's
Wesco.
Stapleton's classic.
Wesco is a big gas station that makes donuts.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They got a big sign outside and everything, so when you see it, you'll know.
Nice. Should get them to send you some coin for mentioning them on your podcast.
I used to work for them, so I don't think they're gonna be happy.
Oh,
for
really?
that.
Oh, no. That's fine.
I left in the middle of a rough time because I wanted to go and do more cooking stuff and not deal with the overnight with drunks and crap like that. Because that's fun. So
He's now a lunch
Yeah.
lady at my school.
Oh, nice. Okay.
it's
Fun.
okay. It's so much better doing work in the morning and not, when everyone else is asleep. It's good.
So Wesco's open 24 hours?
24/7. Yeah.
24/7. And with drunk people.
Hello?
Someone can do it.
Someone out there?
Let's see who's there. Come on in, neighbor.
Who's here?
Hello.
Hey.
You open up some sweets for the race? Is this where it's at?
This is a different thing.
Oh, my apologies.
Oh, she might be next door actually.
There is someone in this building right next door, actually. And so that's probably where you're gonna want to
She sent me in here.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about
Oh.
that. Oh, man.
Thank you.
The race. race?
The master.
We should have said it was us.
Then we'd probably not be
edited?
able
Does
to.
this get edited?
Yeah, a little bit.
I meticulously edit each
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
So
how
anything-
long is each episode? I did absolutely no research before I got here.
I just uploaded the second episode of this run of the show, and it's about an hour.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then we
The
have like
edited
an
version is
extended
an hour.
one.
Okay.
That's just like the whole thing.
Yeah. I stopped doing extended versions.
Oh,
It started
did you?
out as a class assignment, and it had to be like a half-hour thing.
Okay.
So I started doing like the half-hour version and then the extended version.
Okay.
Now I'm just doing it like an hour long or however long.
I thought the
it
3
lasts.
hours I was here last time was all just one podcast. Well, there's a lot of content gone now.
So, Scotty Bruce, I gotta know, is that your real name? Is that your real first and last name?
It is. Yeah. My mom named me Scotty, Scotty, which is kind of a white trashiest name. Like, I don't know why. Like, but so she would stick with Scotty. She'll correct you all day long. And I have two middle names. So I have Andrew and Lee. So you have Scotty, Andrew, Lee, Bruce. It's like the most hillbilly name. But they say never trust a guy with two first names. I have 4 first names. Means they cancel each other out, and you can double trust me, basically. So
That's good.
How many does Dumbledore have? Do they cancel out?
It's-
Albus, Percival, Wulfric, Brian, Dumbledore.
Are
No, that's
those-
5. It
one of
doesn't
them,
cancel
Brian,
out.
is one of because Dumbledore's a wizard.
Yeah.
One of his middle names is
One of his
Brian.
middle names is Brian.
Jesus.
Why?
Because his parents are sensible.
Hold on. His name is Albus, though.
Albus.
Yep.
That sounds kind of foul.
I feel like-
Albus. Anybody notice
The
that?
Albus.
Albus. I got a Albus going on. Here,
Oh my
I
god.
I feel like his
Isn't
name
it?
is
Like-
just in the wrong order.
You should probably get that checked
yeah, I
out.
know. I got an Albus on my
I have
Dumbledore.
a sprained
God.
Elvis.
My little Dumbledore's got an Albus.
Oh.
Brian. Sorry. Go on.
So, Jared, you had a topic that you wanted to discuss.
Did I?
You were talking about it in,
Oh
in
yeah,
the car.
Star Wars. That's right. So we talk about Star Wars a lot here, and I just want to say, don't ever watch those movies in chronological order, like the prequels first and stuff, cause it's not good. I saw someone do like a little experiment. One of their friends who'd never seen them before, where they sat them down and showed them every single movie in chronological order. And it shows like all of the problems with it, because like you see the 3 worst movies first, so that kind of turns you off the whole thing,
Right.
and then you get the 2 like side story prequel ones, like Solo first, which also wasn't really that good, but it's better than the prequels, but still not good. So you're just slowly getting better. Then you get Rogue One, which is pretty good. It has a scene in it where Darth Vader, murders everyone in
Oh,
the
yeah.
hallway and is like over the top badass. And then you get in the New Hope where all Darth Vader does is stand around with his arms crossed.
Yeah, see, the first
So-
the first mistake that person made there was showing someone Star Wars. Because unless you've grown up with it, you don't get it.
That's true.
Yeah, no. Like, you gotta watch
The
the
lightsaber fights go way downhill.
yeah!
A New Hope is so dry.
Yeah, it's the very first film, too, so they're trying to establish all this stuff. So it's like, here's A New Hope, here's this character that we mentioned and shown a lot of in between movies. Now's your introduction to him. He's the bad guy.
See, that's why I think the proper viewing order is 4, 5, 2, 3, 6.
No, what is
What?
wrong
I'm
with
gonna let you
you?
digest that for a second.
Hold on, why 6 at the end of it?
Okay, I didn't come up with this.
One
I saw it
wasn't in
online.
there? Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this viewing order just completely scraps the Phantom Menace.
I can
We
understand
can pretend
that.
it never existed.
Because, like, a Phantom Menace, besides introducing Kid Anakin into, like, the Jedi, is, like, kind of useless. Because the second movie just introduces him off the bat. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, here he is as a Jedi Knight now. Like, there's no growth to it. He's just, oh, now I'm
Even
I'm
the
a
third
Jedi.
movie introduces him.
Well, I mean, yeah, but, like...
It, like if you had never seen the other prequels and you just started with episode 3, you'd get like, oh, this is Anakin Skywalker, he's reckless, he has a dark side to him.
Yeah.
So,
But like then you won't get like intros to some of the bad guys.
I think it's important to go back to the child of it though, because that was a child who was taken away from his mom, and there's
That's a good
lot
point.
of, and that the fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Like that line is fucking universal. First of all, I think, and you can talk about like the climate that exists today, but like you see him as a kid, and that seed is almost planted because at the end of the day, like he went forward into this unknown, was taken from his mom, and just it's kind of like the fear portion. Yeah, you go. I think did I see this somewhere? It's like episode 1 is fear, episode 2 is anger, episode 3 is hate, and then Darth Vader is suffering basically. So like,
damn,
I think I saw that somewhere. I wish I could. That was an original thought, but I don't think it was.
See, that's why I like the Vader comic.
Here's the thing. If you ever think of Star Wars on like a philosophical level, it will never be a unique thought because that movie has had so many goddamn takes on it.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen so many like, this is supposed to be this kind of thing. Like, the amount of theories for that could be made into an entirely separate movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Did
Just
you know
like
that-
of one guy sitting there just reading them off.
Did you know that Luke's green lightsaber in episode 6 symbolizes that they couldn't use a blue lightsaber against a blue background?
Yeah. I'd say, okay, so another thing I want to talk about is, like, you know how Lucas adds, like, random shit into the movies for the special editions?
That's
You have
what
any
I
idea
would
how
do.
many, like, cut, deleted scenes and shit like that should have been in the movies just for, like, filler that he could have done instead of the shit he did do?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Sorry, that's my bad. Kill my ringer. There we go.
but, like, for example, you know, Biggs, the guy that Luke's friends with? Like, you meet at the, near the end of the first movie.
you see him at Tashi Station picking up power converter.
No, there's more to it. Like, there's a scene where him and a group of friends are, like, trying to, like, dare each other to do something stupid. I forget what it was, but, you know, kid things.
Right.
And, yeah, so he's there with a whole bunch of people, and Biggs is there, too, and then him and Biggs go to the station to pick up the shit. And those two scenes aren't even in the movie, despite having a character they introduce in, like, a reunion scene where it's like, oh, Biggs, I haven't seen you in forever.
Right. Yeah, I have.
it's
I
like,
have
oh.
seen that, but it just kind of detracts from the plot. Because,
Well,
like, for
yeah.
no reason, it picks up at Tashi Station when he's picking up the power.
I mean, that's why
converter.
it's like, you put it in the beginning.
Tashi
But then they
Station
want, like,
should
the
be
beginning
left in
to
the
be this.
background.
It should be. I agree with that part. But, like, you could have put it, like, in the beginning. Like, the plan was to have that be, like, his introduction. And then they changed it because they wanted to have the spaceships.
But
Which is, to be fair, way better beginning. Because that scene is, like, good.
Mhm.
Like, everything's parried at some point now.
Let me just defend my episode order, though.
All right.
So,
Oh, my God.
4 and 5.
Alright, I forgot. I'm sorry.
That sets up, like, the main thing. Like, you get Luke Skywalker, you get Obi-Wan, you get Darth Vader. And then at the end of episode 5, it leaves off on a cliffhanger. Luke just found out about Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader being the same person, and you don't know what's gonna happen next. And then you pick up with episodes 2 and 3 as like a flashback.
Okay.
That's fair.
I can see that. Yeah, I get it.
So this is like the midpoint in the anime season.
To be honest, so that's a very weird way of telling a story anyway, though. We'll leave it on a cliffhanger, but here's a flashback to the past.
Well, you could almost because I think the last scene in Empire is like they zoom out from the ship, like in the fleet, right? And
Yeah,
it's
they're
and he's like looking out the window, right? And he's like almost like the thought trails right off into like episodes 2 and 3.
Episodes
I
2 and 3 is just a
guess.
thought
What,
bubble.
what does 2 open with?
It opens with a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
One of the little Naboo ships explodes and they kill the doppelganger chick from
It
the
opens
first
with
movie.
Pearl
Oh,
Harbor.
right, yeah.
It opens with D-Day.
Cuba Gooding Jr. just hanging out, manning a gun before getting divorced. Sorry. I was thinking Pearl Harbor, the movie.
Yeah. That movie was kind of weird when you look back on it. Like, you compare, like, the actual events to the movie, it's like, oh. Wow. They didn't attack the town at all.
So, I wanted to bring this up on the podcast. I did bring this up.
I got quiet there because I was like, I just took it from Star Wars to Pearl Harbor, and I wanted to say, I was like, I didn't.
That happens.
Can we have a moment of
time.
silence for this tragedy that happened 80 years ago?
Oof.
Yeah, man. They just named an aircraft carrier for Cuba Gooding Jr., the guy that Cuba Gooding Jr. played.
They should name one for Cuba Gooding Jr.
Jesus. All right, what were you saying?
So I brought this up at the open mic Tuesday night, but I ran some calculations, and Jeff Bezos with all of his money,
he's done
with
this
his
too. Okay,
You
good.
went on a rant about it the last time.
Yeah. So Jeff Bezos with his net worth, which his money after expenses, so not even his income, with his net worth, could buy like 739.8 billion Slim Jims.
You have it saved in your phone.
I have it saved in my phone. Okay. All right. So $126.8 billion is a lot to wrap your head around. So I converted it into an easier to understand currency.
Slim Jims.
Slim Jims. They're about $6 for $1. So that means that Jeff Bezos could buy 754.8 billion Slim Jims. And keep in mind, he would still have $1 billion left over after this purchase.
Didn't you also calculate the lethal dose for Slim Jims?
I did. It is
I'm glad you asked that
539, 142, 857.1 times the lethal dosage of Slim Jims for a human. So that means
I have questions.
that
Go
Jeff Bezos
I'm
has
sure
enough
a lot
money
of people have
to buy
questions.
enough Slim Jims to wipe out roughly 75% of Europe's population.
Jesus Christ.
So I submit this to you. Jeff Bezos is more dangerous than Hitler. Not even
Because
Hitler.
of Slim Jims.
Not even Hitler could wipe out 75% of Europe's population.
He's more dangerous than Hitler because of
The floor-
Slim Jim.
The floor is open to thoughts.
Quick timeout. Yeah, so how did we calculate the lethal dose of Slim Jims? How do we know what the lethal Slim Jim dose is?
I
He
googled
Googled
it,
it.
and it's 1,400 Slim Jims.
1,000.
Someone already
Is
did the number.
Lethal dose.
That's the lethal dosage of Slim
and
Jims.
like
Theoretically, that's the number that you could eat.
eaten at like one time or like over like a 1 year period.
I
like,
think it's all at once.
all at once. Okay.
Just
So there's this
you
like
sit
chemical.
a guy down and tell him to eat a bunch of Slim Jims, and that's the number that will probably kill him.
Yeah, there's a chemical in Slim Jims that if you have enough of it, if you have 1,400 Slim Jims worth of this chemical, you'll die of botulism.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Okay.
He told me that also.
I don't.
I forgot a lot of the things you told me.
So if we
during
just
that rant.
if we just taxed Jeff Bezos 748 billion Slim Jims, he would still have $1 billion left over.
You're still going to bed.
And we could then convert the Slim Jims back into US dollars, but I'm saying that many Slim Jims could feed an entire nation.
You could feed the world.
And that is my argument for taxing the rich.
Slim Jims.
Please don't make that argument in public. That's my argument for taxing there. Well, this guy and anyone he's associated with is stupid. No, it's a good bit. I like that bit for sure.
Oh.
It's a deep thinker too, and it killed. I think on Tuesday. I think people really seemed it was a deep dive.
Hold on, you brought that up to a public audience too?
Oh, yes. He told
I
me
went
to
into
say-
the town square and I was like, hear ye, hear ye.
Oh my god.
748 billion Slim Jims.
Goddamn Slim Jims.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily like the town square. I mean, it was. Oh, right.
It's at least 5
I was
people.
gonna say, am I gonna, like, do people know that where you go Tuesday nights?
They know, they don't
Yeah.
show up.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
told me to show up several times.
I don't know
and
if I'm gonna blow your cover that you're a comedian by night. No.
Now his
No.
nightlife is very
Everyone
public.
knows,
If you're
but
telling people you're going to West Coast, you know.
everyone's like, oh my god, you should tell me when you're going to be going and tell me where it is and I'll totally go and watch you.
I'm that person.
And so I tell them exactly what time and what place. They're like, Oh, I can't.
Ooh, it's 45 minutes. So that's how you got me then, because you weren't like, hey, I do this podcast out of Benzonia. You're like, hey, do you want to record this podcast with me? I was like, sure. And you're like, great, it's in Benzonia. And I was like, fuck. So that's what you got to do. You got to get the commitment before you tell people where it is.
Now that's the thing, though.
See,
He's
even
done
with
that
people
with
that live
me.
in Traverse.
Yeah.
He's done that same thing with me before, and I still don't show up.
Okay.
I will say yes, but my yes is another person's no.
I mean,
so
even if you agreed to go, you've got 45 minutes to change your mind, to be like,
Exactly.
why am I doing this? Like, you need to support your friend. Your emotional bank account gets drained.
It's like,
the more
I could go to one of your shows, Alex, or I could stay home and make a crock pot of chili. One of those is infinitely more enjoyable because it's chili.
To be honest, it's a tough choice for me too. Personally. It's Haley. Haley, you're on the podcast.
Yay! I just got done doing the Valentine grams.
Cool.
Do you want me to go to Bro Benzie or what?
Sure, you can.
Okay. I'm really tired, but
There's a
Alright.
couch
But I wanna
bed
see you.
thing.
since it's Valentine's Day.
Aw.
Bleh.
Alright, be there in a second.
Alright. See ya.
Love you.
Love you
Bye.
too.
I'm a total Scrooge when it comes to Valentine's Day. I don't like the holiday.
I think Jared's asexual, but he
I am
insists-
not. Oh
he
my
insists
God.
that he's not.
It's okay, man. You'll find your place and or self.
I'll find my place in
You'll find
society.
your place in person. Even if that person's you, it's okay.
For the longest time, he joked about how he lost his virginity to a Roomba, and I could not tell if he was joking.
A Roomba?
I don't even know.
Is that the self-driving vacuum
See,
cleaner?
so he had to
Yes.
pin it down.
Good lord. That is predatory behavior right there. Some weird, like, this is like hunting a Roomba in your house.
Oh.
Yeah. And does a Roomba doesn't have like a suction attachment.
No, it does not.
It's just all
So
bristles.
did you have to like carve something
It's
into
just
it?
all bristles.
Did you just rub
Brute
it?
force is
You
a
got it.
wonderful thing,
You got a
Alex.
You got a broomski from the Roomba.
God damn it.
A little bristle tickle.
I decline to state. Oh no, that joke went on though for I think a better portion of a year though.
Yeah.
It's like what was it? Jake had his boyfriend and stuff and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've lost my virginity." And then everyone else said that and I was like, "You know what? I'm going to throw him for a goddamn loop." So I told them I was half a virgin and never explained what that meant.
This was one of the antics going on in the CTC bus.
Not just the bus. That started in history class.
Yeah, you know that 40-minute drive to here from Travers? Last year, Jared and I both go to... Well, he went, I go to the Career Tech Center up in Travers. So that's like a 40-minute bus ride each way every day. So a lot of things like that come up. Yeah, we had a bus drive us up.
Kat didn't really care what we said as long as we weren't, disruptive.
Right.
We practiced alchemy.
Oh
Turns
yeah,
out when you
that's
have 80 minutes of bus ride each day, you run out of things to do, so you have to invent your own fun.
A bunch of kids. One of them is a friend of mine who now makes moonshine. I will not state his name. However, he does make moonshine now. Decided it would be funny if they just started mixing like a bunch of energy drinks and sodas. So they made this ungodly concoction that hurts when you drink it.
Oh wow.
You feel it going down your esophagus.
It's so fizzy and caffeinated. I don't think I slept that night. I only had a sip of it. It was horrible. But then they just kept adding to it until they made like this horrible
It was
sludge.
like drinking lye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good lord.
It put hair on your chest.
Yeah.
They'll put hair on your esophagus.
Yeah. For last I heard about it, they're still adding to it. They only recently got rid of it because it's old.
Really?
Yeah. But the last I heard what they did to it is they made it alcoholic and added a whole lot of other horrible things to it.
This is actually the alchemy that they used in Star Wars to bring back the Emperor.
Oh
they
my
used
God.
the same concoction.
Dude, Code Red.
They didn't use Code Red. They used the Gamer Fuel stuff in the stores. We have a friend that drinks this stuff like as his only drink. And the way he describes it is, it's a good taste, but then it kills you afterwards. Like, you ever play Minecraft?
I have not, no.
Okay, never mind. I can't use that analogy. That's the one Ryan uses all the time, is the Minecraft analogy.
What's the analogy?
It's basically... Okay, you know the Wither from Minecraft, Alex?
Yes.
He says it's like that.
I don't understand.
I drank it once, and he's not wrong, and I can't explain the effect. However, I would not recommend those Mountain Dews.
Weird.
They do taste good, however, but they have a horrible effect on you afterwards. It is not a nice feeling.
So
It's like if you were to inject just straight sugar into your blood vein. And it's like, I'm feeling good. And then next thing you know, you realize, oh my God, what have I done? And then it hurts.
I wonder how chemically similar
Oh,
that would be to White Claw.
I don't know.
Because it sounds like they would be roughly the same thing.
I tell you
I
though,
think that's how White Claw was invented.
they just got that, put alcohol in it. Oh, it's good. Put it on the shelves. Oh.
So, Scotty, well, we got you here. We're not used to having guests on the show.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not in person. They're usually on a call.
Yeah, and it's usually just
I could
Gavin.
have called in. God damn it.
Oh, you didn't tell them that. I thought you decided to come in.
I didn't feel like walking another person through Discord.
Wow.
It's hard enough teaching Gavin how to use Discord. It's hard
Speaking of
enough
Star
teaching
Wars.
Gavin how to use Discord, and he's 19.
Okay.
So
I wish I could have figured it out. Just
It's like Skype, but weird. That's all you have to say.
there's a lot more furry porn.
Oh, on yours, maybe.
Not on mine. Not on mine personally, but all the people that I know.
Alex, I'm offended to be someone that you know. All I got is gamer chats, man.
So anyway, while we got you here, we can do a little interview segment. Jared, give us an interview intro song.
Do 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 do.
Welcome to Bold of You to Say, the interview segment. So, Scotty Bruce, you're a Traverse City comedian. So how did you get your start
This
in comedy?
podcast is basically crack. I hope you enjoy it.
oh my god. This is what was the question? I'm sorry.
So how did you get your start in comedy? How did that start for you?
Yeah, it started at the same time Jeremy, Matt, and Josh did pretty much. We all kind of started at the same time. Just going to an open mic. I actually think the first open mic was we all went to the same one together. Not together, just at the same time. It was Comedy Fest 2014, I want to say. And we just went up and we didn't really become friends until probably 3 months. I think we all kind of just sat at our own tables and just kind of eyeballed each other. And of course, took it super freaking serious. And
You just
Did you
staring
give
each
each
other
other a little
down, doing
wink?
the death stares.
no, I think we were at the point where we were, whenever we talked to each other, we were trying to be funny. We were just trying just trying to improv, like, oh, I can be funny, that can be funny too. Like, oh, yeah. So it's like a weird kind of like comparison thing. And then we went to Gaylord and performed at a place called the Black Light Lounge, which I don't think is in business anymore, actually.
I mean, that sounds
And,
illegal.
It sounds a little.
Sounds like you shouldn't take a black light in there.
There were
Oh my God.
there were steel paneling on the walls and stuff, and then that's kind of when we became friends. We kind of relaxed a little bit. So it was.
Well, yeah, you needed a friend to
6 years
survive
ago.
that place, I
Yeah, it
guess.
was actually fun. No, there was a guy that did what was his name? Bob. Bob did. He was like the local owner of the porta potty business, and he was like, "I live for shitty days." Oh, we have a hey there, neighbor. Come on in.
Oh, so
Thank you.
Haley's on the podcast now. For those of you just joining us, Scotty was talking about his start in
Bob.
comedy.
Oh,
He went to a black light lounge where you should not bring a black light. He went with Matt and Jeremy and Josh, you said?
Yeah, Josh. It was actually. I don't think Matt had joined at that point. I think Matt came in right at the tail end of my first hiatus, because at the beginning of my. I think Matt and I did one show together. It was me, Jeremy West, Josh Paul, and then Ben Max and Matt I know had already been on the scene by the time I came back, and they had done like Matt and Ben have done miles, like they've performed all over the state, so they've got some good like experience under their belt. But it was definitely Josh, Jeremy, and I feel like probably obviously you haven't met Dave Basie yet, have you?
I don't think so.
Dave Basie started Rotten Cherries Open Mic,
Really?
which is what we do on Mondays now. We did it at a venue right next door to the Workshop called Inside Out Gallery, and so it was just kind of our group. Oh yeah, John Armand and Cassandra Chase, actually. Cassandra Chase was one of the OG peeps. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I have stories. And so yeah, oh man, we sucked. I mean, we didn't know we sucked. It was a problem. Like we didn't know how bad we were. I mean, it was like a lot of just hack bullshit, just like a lot of. And I think that's what you try to do. And it's funny too to hear people like celebrate a good 5 minutes, like, oh, and all their friends show up and shit like that. And you know what it's like to just go out and grind it out. So it's definitely interesting. I don't miss those days. And again, like, it's not like we're touring or anything like that. You know, people would, I think any of the comedians that are at Mike's would say that they're still pretty well into their adolescence of their comedy career. But definitely just not, I don't miss the highs and the lows. It's kind of like life, I think. You just learn to ride the highs and the lows and just never get too excited or too disappointed, and just try to keep your sense of humor about things. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, sense of humor turns out is a big part of comedy. So you said that
Wow.
You don't learn that right away.
Yeah.
Actually,
they don't teach you that
No
in
one
comedy
tells you
school.
that, right?
So you said that you guys all met in like 2014. So was that when you were starting, or was that just when you? So, I hope you don't mind me asking, but how old were you?
I was, I think I was 28, 27 at the time. Yeah, so I'm 34. I just turned 34. It was February of 2014, so I must have just turned, what's that math, 28? Yeah, that makes sense. So, holy shit. Actually, like, we're probably approaching, like, the 6-year anniversary that Josh and Jeremy and Cassandra and I all met, actually. Because it was winter, do you guys remember Winter Comedy Fest? I feel so, like, I feel kind of...
I was like 12.
So Traverse City used to have a winter comedy festival, and they'd have like national artists come in. So I saw Sinbad, Bob Saget, Tigataro in. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones they had. They just had national comics come in, and so part of that was one of the radio stations put on a comedy open mic for locals, and that was the first time we all had done stage time. Basie had been doing stage time for a while. And so we all met. That's so crazy that's why, because we had all just decided we wanted to do comedy. We all kind of went at the same time, and then from there, Dave Basie decided he wanted a comedy open mic, because I had actually been to music open mics. You ever do comedy at a music open mic?
No.
There's
a
hair
music
on your esophagus. Holy fuck! Yeah.
There's a open mic that goes on that I've been told about at St. Ambrose.
Okay.
And that one, like, I'm pretty sure it's more supposed to be like a music open mic. Like, that's like the type of people that go. There's a lot more musically talented people here than comedians. I'm the, as far as I know, I'm the one comedian in Benzie. I am 100% of the comedy scene in this county. And
I've got a
I don't know-
decent, like,
I
76
don't-
Instagram followers.
I don't know if I should be proud of that or not, but that's how
You should go and ask him and be like, hey, do you mind if I just tell jokes up here? I mean, I wouldn't do too much of your blue stuff, like any of your dirty stuff, but like the Slim Jim thing you could do.
The
And
Slim
just like,
Jims was so
and
funny.
just own it. Just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do. I know this is weird, but I'm trying to get stage time. You know.
Yeah.
People seem to. It's a weird Midwestern thing to be like, this is my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. They like seem to clap extra hard for you. So I feel like if you're like, hi, I'm in high school and this is my first time at St. Ambrose.
Just
They'd be
say
like,
that
oh, yeah! You
every
could,
time you
take
go
it
on
down
stage
like,
from here on out. Just tell them it's your first time.
You should. You should do that.
See
You should definitely do that. That would be
It's
fun.
so much more
You
fun.
would. This is my first time here. All the comedians would be like, fuck you! But like, also like, I hope swearing's okay. I think I've dropped like 5 F-bombs.
I can promise
Yeah,
you,
okay.
saying fuck is a very
cool.
prominent part of this podcast.
Sweet. I'll try not to do it when you're taking a sip of your brisk iced tea.
Oh.
It almost went out your nose there. For the viewers at home, for the listeners at home, no. But you should just like the next 3 sets. You should just be like, it's my first time on stage, and just see what happens. That'd be really funny.
Someone's gonna throw a tomato at him.
See, even
Bring a
That'd be funny.
tomato.
And it was harvested at Grow Benzie. Some
There
Grow
you
Benzie
go.
tomatoes.
Oh.
Acts local.
See, even here, the whole "it's my first time" pity party ship has sailed because I started out like at the school talent shows.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You did stand up at a school talent show?
My very first time doing stand up was at the talent show
Yes.
freshman year,
What grade were you in?
9th grade.
9th grade. Do you remember any of your bits that you did? How much time did you do?
What was one?
It was the camo pencil one.
No, that was the next year.
Oh.
What? Oh, camo or camel?
There was
Camo.
a camo pencil that I had found that very day, and I brought it up on stage with me, and I was like, I found this camo pencil, and it was a dumb joke, so don't have high expectations.
No, I'm excited
So
about it.
funny.
What is it?
And I was like,
Joke.
I found this camo pencil, and it's really cool because now the teachers can't see me writing notes, like passing notes. in class.
Yes! Oh my god.
So stupid, but it was like off a
Did it land? I guarantee
Yes.
that landed and
His jokes always land at school
Oh my
because
God.
no one, like, there's
You
no
should tell
other
us.
comedians. Like, I don't know.
I'm
it's
100% of the comedy
Yeah.
scene in this town.
just- No one's expecting it, so they're like, whoa, that's so good.
You need to tell that joke at open mic. That'd be fucking hilarious.
You gotta find the
You gotta
pencil.
do it with the deadpan, like I got a camouflage pencil. That's so good. Damn it. Nice.
What? I don't know any of your other material from that long ago.
But
So-
anyway, yeah, luckily I did great. I'm
Okay.
not trying to toot my own horn, but the first time it was on stage, I should not have done well. I should not, because I was, 1, a kid, and 2, it was my very, like, all the practice I had done was, like, in front of the mirror, which is shit.
I think everyone does well their first time though. I think you almost have you almost have this weird invincibility cloak around you the first time you go on and do stand up. It's just the weirdest thing.
Also, it was a school talent show. You have to clap. You're not allowed not to.
Yeah.
No, but even after
They will
it-
suspend you if
Yeah,
you
right.
don't.
It'd be like,
Even
it would
after-
be bullying if they didn't clap for you, if they didn't support you.
Even, like, days after, people were like, oh my god, are you that kid that did comedy? And I was like,
This is in Benzie, right?
And then- and
then
the show we did
All
was
12 people were like
that.
All
The
12
first one
people.
was in October, and then the next one was that spring at the Rotary Talent Show.
yeah, which
And
I'm
he
doing
won.
this
Oh,
April.
nice. There you
You
go.
won second place, didn't you?
I won second place. I think it was the first year that I did it, and then the second year, which was last year, I did not place. But the first year, I got second place, and so I bought myself a hard drive and a PC monitor,
Nice.
and that was my first comedy earnings.
Wow. In 9th grade? No, it's
Uh,
sophomore year by that
It
time.
would have been sophomore year, I
Okay.
think.
Nice.
So what got you into comedy? Like, what made you want to go up on stage?
You know, I mean, like, I feel like you dick around with your friends, you make them laugh, you know, and you're funny in class, or you're funny in the back of the bus, or you're funny in, you know, you just, somewhere along the way you felt a sense of validation from people laughing at you. So you're like, I can do that, like, I can do this.
Yeah, I was the funny in the back of the classroom kid.
Yeah.
Not the back of the bus. We had a war with the kids in the back of the bus.
Yeah, we don't talk about the people from the back of the bus.
It was a brutal year.
What happened?
There was a war. That's about it.
So,
That's about it.
in the back of the bus, you had like the
It was-
crackhead side of Benzie, which is like most of
Are
Benzie.
you allowed to say that now? I feel like substance abuse isn't doesn't quite carry the stigma that it used to.
Crackhead isn't about addiction. It's about
An aura.
who you are as a person.
Okay, right, okay. So crackhead, the meaning of crackhead.
Like
It's
you could
transformed,
you can
okay.
be sober for 20 years and still be a
To be a
crackhead.
crackhead, okay.
Like LJ, he has crackhead energy.
LJ, I don't know his situation,
LJ's
but
done a lot of
he's.
drugs, I feel like, though. LJ, like,
I
LJ
just recently found
I don't
out
know.
his real name
LJ's
is
probably
John.
drunk right now, actually. So I was gonna say I don't know if he's 20 minutes sober, but I know he's not. He can't be. So.
I just want to know like what goes on in his head. I don't mean that in a mean way. He's one of those people that you
Ask
look
him.
at him and you just want to know like what they're thinking.
All I gotta do is ask him. He'll tell you 100% what's going on in his brain without a filter.
Huh.
LJ is like the most savage, hard person on stage. However, is the biggest teddy bear off stage. He's like
Can we
actually
get
this
that
weird-
him?
I think he
Can we
has, like,
get
a
him
hairless
too?
cat. You should.
Can we
oh
get
my
his
God.
cat?
You got LJ on this thing. Well, first of all, like be ready because like.
Oh, that would be so
holy
funny.
He's
shit,
he's
yeah.
the only person
But he
that
did warn us that if we ever like hung out with him outside of public, then he would corrupt us. So I don't really think that might be
Yeah.
a good idea.
Oh well.
We can have him here in the daytime. We have to pick him up. I'm not
He's
sure.
like, oh, you're 18, I'll
Yeah.
corrupt you.
Oh my God, I would tune into that. That would be amazing. Actually, that should be your next guest. I'm not gonna lie. I will advocate for that for LJ.
we should have him on.
Yeah.
But he's the
It's
only
like-
person that I know that can go up on stage, start off saying, "Oh, what are we gonna talk about tonight?" and then end up killing.
Like,
He can go on stage with no material, just start talking, and
And it
you
just
wouldn't even know that he had no material. He talks about being poor, having
I'm broke.
broke ass alimony.
He's got an amazing. In the first bit that I ever heard from LJ, and it was actually during the Joke Jam 2 years ago. which is
I
the-
wanted to go to that.
the charity competition. I was like, holy shit! Like that's when because I had been gone for 2 years, and Joke Jam was my first time back after 2 years, and like the scene had changed so much, it had advanced so much. Like Matt came on, Ben came on, LJ was there, a guy named Charlie Settles who's out in Minnesota now. Like they were just doing this crazy, and they were good. They were so good. And LJ has this like 5-minute bit of like him in prison, and he's like 19, and he's getting peer pressure to say the N-word.
oh my
Oh, I
God.
remember this one.
I'm not gonna ruin the bit, but it's just like I cried. I was like, and it was not only like I cried like with laughter, but it was also like, oh fuck, it's like when you see.
My career is over.
Yeah, no, there's like something in like, and I think it's probably, I don't know, maybe you can speak to this, but there's like every comedian, especially like if you're going on stage before them or after them, or like you can't help but just kind of like compare what you're doing. You're like, oh, I better not fuck this up now. Like he just went on stage and he killed it. Don't suck out the inertia of this fucking room. Or like you get off stage feeling really good and someone else just comes in and just the laughter that you had is completely eclipsed by the laughter they got, and you're like, God damn it.
Oh yeah, I really
3 minutes.
I try not to do that anymore, but it's hard not to do.
LJ goes up there, slays the room. You come up there. Hey, y'all like puns?
How do you guys feel? You could do that. You could pull that off. It's like nice, yeah, especially LJ contrasting, because he'll walk back and forth and he jumps up and down and he's got.
And his eyes are closed half the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's just asleep doing it.
What did I see him do? I don't know. Yeah, no, he's got like he's got a little bit of like Steve-O from Jackass in him sometimes. Like I feel like I just saw him like open up a random water bottle on stage one time and take a drink out of it. He had no idea like whose it was.
Honestly, I could see him
Like, oh my
eat a
God.
whole scorpion and I would not be phased.
Yeah, no.
You'd have to
Would
point
it be
out to
alive
me.
or cooked?
A lot.
Way.
I mean,
Okay,
you'd
well,
be phased,
okay,
but it
if
just wouldn't
it's
surprise
cooked-
No,
you.
I would
eat
watch
it,
it happen,
like-
and it would not register. Because that's just who he is.
Yeah, there he goes again.
Like you'd have to point it out to me, really. You'd be like, did he just eat a scorpion? And I guess he did.
You gotta have him on. I'm gonna advocate for that.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Scotty, you're really good at crowd work, if I do say so myself. Like just talking to people in the audience, and I just gotta ask, how do you do it?
Talk.
It's
How-
it
just how do you-
sounds so hard.
how do you-
I
how do
changed
you
my
get-
voice for that one?
How do you get like?
I'm sorry.
How do you go from like? We got any couples in the audience tonight? Like just
Oh, I don't
that
think
done
I've
to
ever
death
used that line.
thing. How do you go from that to like discovering
Gainswave.
Gainswave?
Oh, Gainswave! Oh, yeah.
Gainswave.
What the hell are you talking
That has
about?
not
Yes, Gainswave.
Gainswave has not left
Dude,
my
all
head
right,
since.
Okay,
Google,
wait, I have to
Google
say
Gainswave
something.
right now, and then you can hop into the
only thing that I
conversation.
think of whenever I hear Gainswave is like, Gainswave, party time, excellent.
That's awesome. Gainswave.
What the hell?
Google
Hold on.
Gainswave right now.
My phone's a little slow because I got
That's all right.
104
Take-
tabs open.
Ted, just take your time. Take your time. That particular part is just about being funny in the room. It's just like, like just hanging out and laughing and listening to people and like riffing. It's like, I think anytime I try to come up with material.
What
and
the
I think-
hell is this?
You got it? You got the
Gainswave.
Gainswave? Let's
Is
read
it-
it out.
Is it the erectile dysfunction thing?
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what else is there? Wait, read us the top 3 results and we'll make it.
It's all erectile dysfunction. I had to go through a whole bunch of suggested stuff before I got to it. But,
Go on.
okay, Gainswave is a safe, comfortable treatment for men to optimize sex performance and to reverse the effects of erectile dysfunction due to poor blood flow.
Well, at least we know it's safe and comfortable.
Utilizes high-frequency, low-intensity sound waves to improve blood flow. Did you just play music to your dick?
Yeah. That's what it sounded
That's
like when
basically
we heard about
it.
it.
What?
Little Enya, little Nora Jones.
God. Oh no!
It's not covered by Medicaid.
It's not covered. Oh.
So that's Gainswave.
So I wonder what would happen if you like aimed it at other parts of your body.
Oh no!
Increase the blood flow. And just on your nipple, you just get like a really protruding nipple, like just walking around, just one out like that. Like,
What happened,
like,
Gainswave?
My eyes are up here.
Oh my
As
god.
long as they like freak people out for Halloween, just put it over your eyes, get your eyes all bloodshot.
Oh, you ever see that video with like Joe Biden was talking and his eye just like exploded on stage?
No.
Is that what happened? Yeah, no, okay. There's a video, I forget what it was. He was like during an interview or something, and he was talking, and someone asked him a question, and he looks up at them, and his eye just like immediately just turns red and bloodshot. Like he just looks up. And
Is it real? Is it a real video?
Yeah,
Oh shit! I don't know.
it's crazy. I don't know what it was. It's like something to do with like the blood vessels popped in his eye or something. But yeah, he just goes from like normal eyes to all of a sudden he's got like a big red one. It's like, oh my
Does he
god.
acknowledge it or is he?
No,
does he
no
know
one
about it?
does.
He
They
probably
just
know
keep
about
going.
it. Weird.
Like everyone in the comments for that video is like, did his eye just explode? What happened?
Oh god.
So I'm sorry to cut this short, which is probably what was said after the first circumcision, but I gotta get going to work. So
Oh,
Scotty, it's been great having you
Yeah.
on.
it's been really fun.
Haley, it's been great having you on.
Yeah.
Jared, it's been great having you on.
I'm on all the time.
So
But it's been great.
Thank you.
Comedy Open Mic, Union Street Station, every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We're actually doing a comedy competition over the next 10 weeks. $1,000 grand prize. So if you want to. And then Rotten Cherries Open Mic at the Workshop, first and fourth Monday of the week. We got comedy tonight at Right Brain Brewery, and then again tomorrow night, Saturday. And this won't be out by then, or this won't be published by then, will it?
It
We,
might,
we
depending on how
had, we
fast I
had
get
comedy
to it.
February 15th, which was several days ago by now, at Union Street Station. And the 4 dudes that I just talked to you about, Matt, Josh, Jeremy. Am I and Ben
Great
Max,
guy.
and Ben Max, yeah, Ben Max, jeez. We're doing a show Friday the 21st at Studio Anatomy. So like the comedy OGs, like the local
I
guys,
see that.
the local guys are coming together, and we're gonna throw some new material out there that hasn't been covered.
Write this down.
Alex can't go, but I
Yeah.
might go.
You can't go?
anyways.
What are we doing?
I have band festival.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, wait, I gotta go to that with you. Never mind, I won't be there.
No
Either.
bummer. All right. Well,
I just bummed car rides off
There
people,
you
so
go.
I might be there.
All right.
Will you give me a ride?
Goodbye,
Sure.
everyone.